Well, hello everyone, and welcome back. And this will be your general weekly reading for the sign of Capricorn for the week of April 20th. And I would like to give a very special thank you to each and every one of you out there who have been subscribing to my channel and helping it grow and getting it noticed. And for remembering to put a thumbs up on the videos that you've watched. Thank you so much for doing that. And of course, the lovely comments. That is very nice of you. Thank you again. All right. And starting out, being in charge, the Queen of Swords. All right. Unleashing your judgment. Clearing the slate. New boundaries putting up. You know, you're communicating very clearly on what it is how things are going to happen, what's going to happen, and you're being very mindful of protecting yourself. Five of Swords. So definitely moving forward. You know, moving away from negative thinking, negative people, you know, disagreements, you know, people trying to win at all costs around you, sneakiness, you know, bullying, some cases abuse in relationships. Don't never take that. Or threatening you. You know, those kind of things you never get rid of. They stay with you forever. So you are definitely learning to release yourself from that. Yeah. The Eight of Swords. You know, you're changing your mindset here. You're realizing that the only thing that's keeping you in this negative self-doubt and self-imposed restrictions is yourself. Now, whether that's a belief that how you were raised, or what you've seen, or just what you believe yourself. But you're learning now that you no longer want to be the victim in your life. You want to be, you know, the master of your control. So you're learning to take the blindfolds off, look around seriously, see what's there, own it, and let it go. And move in a new direction. And that's what you're doing this week. You're realizing that you're opening back up again. And the Five of Pentacles. Yeah. Worrying about your finances, stress, loss. You know, whether this is in reality or you're just thinking that, you know, there may be overexpending, that sort of stuff in the future. So you're stressing and worrying about it now, although you're realizing that, you know, try not to do that to yourself. And the Queen of Wands. You really want to get going on something. You want something to happen here. You have the courage, determination, and you're moving forward on this. You're understanding things around you have to change. And the only one in charge of that new beginning is you. And you have the independence and focus to achieve it. Like you have a zest in order to have this happen. The desire, the joy, the feeling of I can accomplish what I want to accomplish. So you're really stepping into this power knowing that when you have your mind set a certain way, you will achieve it. You're very hardworking. You know what you got to do, and you're willing to do what it is it takes. And boy, that's commendable. Eight of Cups. Learning to walk away. You know, cutting the ties. Realizing that there's something that no longer serves you. There's been disappointments, and you're learning to leave it behind. You know, walking away. There's been disappointments, letdowns, but you're learning that it's time to go. And it's a big accomplishment to learn that. To know that things have to change now. So you're walking away You know, you're cutting the ties. You put time, energy, effort. There could be money in here and all, but you're learning that it has to change now. You have to let this go and walk away for your own sanity. And that's what you're doing. You're moving in a new direction, new light. The Seven of Wands, yeah. Once you make that decision, that's it. You are no longer turning back or getting sidetracked. You are definitely made a decision. You're in control of it. And you're maintaining that. Because there's something that you want to happen, and you're knowing that unless you decide to do it or take the first step in that direction, nothing's going to change. And you're tired of not having change in your life. Page of Swords. Yeah, definitely moving in a new direction, starting over, new beginnings, and owning it and being okay with that. You know, it's taken a lot of courage to move in new directions and put out clear communications to others of what your expectations are. But you're finally becoming empowered enough to know it's okay to ask for that. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing. And you're willing to, you know, not cut corners, but take charge. And the King of Swords, there you are. Definitely taking charge. You know, you're in charge of your emotions. You're in perfect balance this week. Your communications are very clear. You're being very diplomatic in your approaches. Because you want balance. You want to be supportive of others as much as you need support from them. So this is a whole new way for you. You're using your head over your heart. You know, you're speaking the truth. You're being very honest with your decisions and what your outcome is for yourself. Two of Cups, like-minded, coming together. Now, this could be the rekindling of a relationship. This could be a proposal for some of you. Congratulations. But this is somebody that you really get along with. You know, somebody who's got your back, you got theirs. You just come together on all the right levels. You fit in together. You enjoy the same things. You think alike. You know, this is a really happy coming together of a partnership. You know, whether that's in a job, a marriage, moving in together, friendships even, family in some cases, you know. But it's something for you to be in a in a better place of mind for yourself. And the Hangman. Yeah, some of you are getting help, you know, from a psychiatrist or whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you need to talk to somebody outside the realm that you know is not going to judge, and it's nobody's business, but you can get answers to questions that you've had for a long time. And it looks like you're trying to get a little bit of clarity here for yourself on why you choose the paths that you do, or the people in your life, or let them do what they do and not say anything. And you want to no longer have that part going on. So you want to let go of that and not backtrack, not slide back anymore. You want to keep going forward. You want to release all that bad baggage that's been hanging on to you way too long. And you're coming now to an understanding of how to do that for yourself, how to recognize it and avoid it. Stay away from it. Stay away from those kind of people. And the King of Swords. Knight of Swords. Moving forward, new beginnings, charging ahead, understanding that these new choices that you're making are firm. You know, this is you taking action here. You have a desire to succeed, and you're really thinking fast on your feet this week. You know, you're defending your beliefs, your ambitions, and your clarity. And nobody gets to say anything to you anymore. You have already made the decision on what it is you're going to do, how you're going to go about it, and even in some cases, what it's going to look like at the end. And you're not settling for anything less. So good for you for making those strides moving forward to help yourself. And the Four of Pentacles. So a little bit worried about your finances, but knowing that it's okay. You have enough. You know, there's no need to stress and worry, but you're having your securities in question in your mind, but you're in control of it. So you're making investments. You know, you're putting away your money for a rainy day, making sure that, you know, in the future that you have something that you don't have to stress and worry about. If you have enough, if you're going to have what you need, you are going to make sure that you have all of those with no questions about it. But yeah, you are definitely moving out of troubled waters here. Moving into a more calmer state of mind, more determination for yourself. Understanding that things are about to change in a big way, and you're in charge of it all. Reward yourself for all your hard work. Being happily and successfully self-employed. Cherishing your time alone. Perfect. And on that note, I will say goodbye for now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you again next week. Bye for now.